We do accept IELTS, of course. We accept PTE academic. We accept language cert online department and chemistry. We do offer LLM, computer science, agri-food technology. You have relatively better opportunities, better employment, better education systems. So we also offer £4,000. I really like working with Ultimate Education Solutions, and I hope with.
Hi, this is Qamar Abbas from Ultimatepodcast Studio, powered by Ultimate Solutions. Uh, we always try to help students in the market. We always try to provide a positive ways that how a student can get best options for their best future and career plans. अब हमने ये चूंकि हमारे पास बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स की इंक्वायरीज आती थी, सवाल आते थे कि वो प्रोसेस कैसे करें अपना स्टडी वीज़ा यूके को लेकर, उनका प्रोसेस क्या है, यूनिवर्सिटी कोर्सेज क्या ऑफर कर रही हैं, उनका फीस स्ट्रक्चर क्या होता है, स्कॉलरशिप्स क्या है। इन सब चीज़ों को मद्देनज़र रख के हमने हमेशा ही अल्टीमेट सोल्यूशन ने स्टूडेंट्स की हेल्प आउट की है। तो through this channel, Podcast Studio, we have arranged a session with the international representative of University of Lincoln. उनके जो साउथ एशिया के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हैं, रैमी हेगब, वो तशरीफ लाए हैं और हम उनके साथ मुकम्मल तफसील के साथ जितने भी हमारे जो पॉइंट्स हैं जो हमारे साथ स्टूडेंट्स ने ऑलरेडी शेयर किए हुए थे, हम उनकी हेल्प करना चाह रहे थे, तो वो हमसे शेयर करेंगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप और डिटेल्ड सेशन में कोशिश करेंगे कि आपके तमाम सवालात का जवाब आपको मिले। लेकिन अगर कहीं भी आपको कुछ लगे कि आपने कुछ पूछना था या कोई सवाल रह गया था, तो अल्टीमेट सोल्यूशन का जो कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल है दैट विल बी मेंशन। विल नाउ स्टार्ट द सेशन विद मिस्टर रैमी हिगब। Okay, sir, I'm Mr. Ramy Hegab. I do belong from Egypt, and that's very nice to see you that you are a part of University of Lincoln, and you just give us some precious time that we could discuss about university and international students and all that kind of things. So we'll be starting, sir, with your brief introduction. Please tell something about you, that your belongings and hometown and how you relate with the university and how was this to come here.
Yeah, thank you so much for hosting me. It's really a pleasure, and mention it's always a pleasure being here with you. So yeah, and thank you for the compliments and the introduction. As you mentioned, my name is Ramy. I'm the regional manager for the Middle East, North Africa, and Pakistan at the University of Lincoln. And yes, also as you mentioned, I'm from Egypt, so in that sense, I do share some sense of upbringing, same like students from Pakistan. I had around 11 years of experience in international higher education marketing, and then I've decided to myself to study in the UK. I went to study marketing management, and then I got hired by the University of Lincoln, and here I am.
That's great. That's very nice and great. This is motivation. A person from another country who is representing another country because of capabilities and the hardworking. So, how do you find the Pakistan, its culture, specifically the education system? Because you've seen that.
Yes, definitely a very warm culture, very welcoming culture. I always feel I'm in my second home, lovely place to be. And when we speak about the education system, what I like about the education system in Pakistan, it has its own identity, and it is not very similar to many education systems in the world. So this means it's very tailored for Pakistani students, which is something I like. That's a good identity. And it's also very diverse. I think it's very diverse to contain different types of students, different study methods and models. And it's now being globally recognized, more recognized globally. We see that, and the evidence for that is many universities do kind of alter entry requirements to fit with the Pakistani education system. So that's a good recognition. I hope we are in the right direction, and I'm sure it will be better and better.
What do you think that studying abroad will be very beneficial for any student for making a good career?
That's a very, very good question because even before I went to study in the UK, I thought, okay, we read about the benefits, but it is when you do get the experience, it's very different. I would say the international exposure and recognizing cultural differences and also cultural similarities. This is very important. It's we are now living in a global village. Let's say it's very important to know people around you and so on. So I would say international exposure and exposure to other cultures, different experiences. When you go to study abroad, you have relatively better opportunities, better employment, better education systems. So I say it's a group of things that really is beneficial when it comes to study abroad.
All right, that's great. So, how do you see the United Kingdom, like United Kingdom, in the Department of Education, like how this specific country is providing the best of education to the students?
That's again very good question. Is so UK is the second highest country for international students numbers after the US, and if we compare the number of educational institutions in the US with UK, so as percentage, UK can be top, and definitely there is a reason for that. I would say the very first reason is the reputation and the quality of the education in the UK. Many UK universities rank within top 5, top 10, and top 200 universities across the globe. Um, Many of the global decision makers across all countries, all continents, have already studied in the UK. So it creates influencers and decision makers. Um, the, the the education is advanced up to date. So the strong links with industries allows academia to actually copy the trend and what's going on in the field and apply it in education. It's very practical education. And definitely there are many specific programs that you would be only able to study in the UK or in an advanced.
All right. So, Mr. Rami, as you mentioned earlier in your answer, that the world is just become a global village. So, how you see the social media? Because nowadays the students used to go to different websites and different channels for getting some information. So, how do you see the social media is having influence for consumer choice and student choice?
Yes, this is tricky one. So we usually, in taking our decisions, we don't only listen to ourselves. We listen to the wider community. Back in the days where we had to speak with our friends and then speak with our parents and then make a decision. Nowadays it's social media. So it's always the very first point of contact between any entity, any organization, and a person. Um, that's the easier. All organizations will have online platforms trying to reach the wider range of people. And the influence of social media on people is unmeasurable. It's huge. As mentioned, the force of others' opinion is now focused in social media, and it has the ability to change decisions, people's decisions in a blink of an eye.
All right, that's great. And we'll be starting some important points related to University of Lincoln because when I was scrolling down by searching website of University of Lincoln, I just seen there was a mention a point that Her Majesty the Queen opened the University of Lincoln, and that's I think a great impression in the United Kingdom. So that will be more impressive point So, would you like to tell something about the history of Lincoln?
Yes, it's actually lovely. The University of Lincoln was kind of established by the mom. So in Lincolnshire as a county, there were no universities. And the area where the university is now were docks, but the rivers became shallow and it was a big space unused. And then it was definitely ideal for a university. So the decision was made to establish a university. And since then, we have been developing a lot. And so we had a few departments to start with. Now we have more than 600 programs. The latest, well, one of the latest would be our medical school, which started a few years back. So if you have seen pictures of the campus, probably say 10 years ago, it would look like a big empty space. Now we have over 20 buildings in the university, many departments, many programs, and it's a thrilling experience working at the University of Lincoln at this stage.
Wow, fantastic! With your answers, you sound really attractive. So that's why, which makes me to go there. Sometimes.
Yes,
Okay, so uh, the Pakistani students, as you have experience of instruction with the Pakistani students, why should Pakistani students should choose University of Lincoln instead of other institutes?
right. Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Well, we at the University of Lincoln, we care about the details. It is very important to us to provide students with a very good learning experience. So we ranked within the top third universities in the UK. Many of our programs are ranked within the top 10 and top 20. We do provide students with really good facilities. So labs, computer science labs, engineering labs, and we also have a partnership with Siemens, for example. We do have uh, buildings just for laboratories, different departments. We do always involve the practical element as part of our courses. So in a big range with all these facilities, qualities, we also offer students partial scholarships from Pakistan. Uh, we're trying to make it easier for Pakistani students to achieve their goals, and we know financial constraints could be a blockage. So we try to kind of um, release that by offering students partial scholarships.
All right, fantastic. And we'll be looking for the structure of University of Lincoln, that how they manage the intakes, like how many intakes they are offering for international students. Specifically, will be specific for the Pakistani students, and what are the departments they are working for, different courses they are offering for the international students, especially Pakistan.
Yeah, so we do have two intakes. We have January intake and September intake. I'll start with January intake as
Yeah.
it's very clear, easy, and concise. So we have only postgraduate taught programs in January intake, some postgraduate research programs as well, mainly in the Lincoln International Business School. So that's where we deliver business management, marketing, digital marketing. We also have from analytical sciences from the Department of Chemistry. We do offer LLM courses, law degrees, postgraduate law degrees, computer science. So these are the mainstream courses we offer in January. We also have, sorry, I want to add one more program for January, which is agri-food technology. This is one of the courses we excel in. So I always want students from this background to check it. Now, when we speak about September, of course, all courses are open, undergraduate, postgraduate, and this gives me a chance to speak about some programs that we're really good at. So when we speak, for example, about pharmacy, we rank number two in the UK, and we have very, very good program. We have facilities. Many of our science programs are ranked in the top 10 when you speak about biology, chemistry, health studies. So we also have um, agri-food technology, again, computer science, robotics. That's all in addition to the programs of business, engineering, management, marketing. Um, so we have over 600 programs that we deliver in September.
Wow. You know, personally, at this time, if I have a question in my mind, so I will be asking from my side as well. So when I search through different social media channels, I found the suggestions and the references from different students that you should apply in University of Lincoln, and that was an attractive point. So I was curious at that time. So I thought, why is that? So there was a portion mentioned about the economical. So everyone is thinking about the University of Lincoln is economical university for applying in the UK. I was thinking the university need to meet some other expenses. So how they are managing there?
This is a lovely question because when we speak about economical, it's a big scope. Some students would think it's only affordability, but it's not just that. It's way more than that. So affordability is the starting point of a university being economical. To speak about that, as mentioned, our tuition fees are within average tuition fees of UK or probably competitive, and we do offer good scholarships. We do offer students payment plans where they can have a lower initial deposit installment plans. But this is one side of being economical. There is a second side, employability. As you may know, international students are able to work 20 hours a week while they're studying. So there are so many employment opportunities in that sense. But what I really want to speak about is after studying. Of course, they get a graduate visa, all international students, when they qualify. What we offer our students is great employability support. So we have, for example, a platform where students can find jobs from employers that are looking to sponsor international students to stay and work in the UK. We do have a job fair on the 10th, in October every year, huge job fair. Every department will have conferences, guest speakers, specific job fairs. All this together will put the student steps ahead in employability. That's what the university offers. But to speak about Lincoln and Lincolnshire, Lincolnshire um, is is the farm, is being called the farm of the UK. One third of vegetables are planted in Lincolnshire. Almost one third of fish production for the whole UK is in Lincolnshire. In 2019, Lincolnshire economy is 1.9 billion. So you can imagine, and that involves all sectors, logistics, trade. You want to sell the fish, you want
Agriculture, yeah.
every agriculture, everything. So, and because we are the only university in Lincolnshire, it's very easy for the students to find the employers and very easy for employers to find the students. And this is one of the advantages of being economical with the university.
Yeah, that's great. That's very nice and detailed answer. I hope that because a lot of students will be watching this, so I thought that they will be having the answers they must have in their minds. So a bit refreshing about PG and UG entry requirements for the specifically Pakistani students.
Yes. So for undergraduate programs, we do accept A levels. So students need three A levels or IB, and if they don't have either, a successful completion of a foundation degree will give them access for direct entry. However, we also offer international year one, which is kind of considered a pathway course. So international year one is equivalent to the year one, but it's offered for Pakistani students who have intermediate with 55% or higher. And we offer this in the areas of business management, marketing, tourism, computer science, accountancy, and finance. So big programs for Pakistani students. Um, and this allows accessibility. Students will finish the program in 3 years. And so that's for undergraduate. When you speak about postgraduate, some of our programs require 2-2, which will be equivalent to 60% from Pakistani universities or 2.5 GPA. And some other programs require 2-1, so first class. And this will be 65% from Pakistani universities or 3.0 CGPA.
Okay, fantastic. So we just cleared the path, the things that we were thinking about, uh, entry requirements and the admission process and all that. You have just mentioned about all the attractive things that students should choose the University of Lincoln. So what University of Lincoln will be offering for the Pakistani students in the shape of scholarship? Because nowadays everyone is looking for management of finances and all that. That's why for the scholarships, what you guys will be offering.
And this is a very, very important point we want our students from Pakistan to know. This is I wouldn't say, well, we can say appreciation from the university to the situation in Pakistan. So we offer £2,000 for all undergraduate students if they qualify for the course they're applying for. But we offer this every year. So every year students will get £2,000 automatic. We also offer £4,000 for postgraduate students if they score 60% or higher, which is the normal entry requirement, the minimum entry requirements for our PGT courses. It's really important to mention that by September 2024, our postgraduate scholarship will change. It will go down from 4,000 to 3,000. And so I hope students will have a chance to apply through January, or also they can still benefit from September scholarship.
That's great. Got your point. So yeah, some parts I was thinking that I should ask from you is yeah, sorry, the entry requirements based on the academic and percentage and all the qualification, but also required the English test. So what
Yes.
type of tests that you guys?
Okay, we do offer specific for English language qualifications. So we do accept IELTS, of course. We accept PTE academic. We accept language cert online and cert, secured English language test. And we also accept passport test, and we accept TOEFL as well. So we do accept a wide range of qualifications that are um, clearly monitored and supervised and provide students with good determination of their scores.
All right, great. So coming to the point, once a student applied for admission in the University of Lincoln, and he just started his study, and he's a general student. But I'm just asking your opinion about doing things, certain things. Like he applied, he's a general student, he's just doing hard work towards his studies, and he's attending his classes, and he's good going with the university and with the participation in other activities. And he's just becoming a shine star student in the book of University of Lincoln. So, what do you think as a part of University of Lincoln that he will be securing a very strong career plans and opportunities?
This is a very good example. So I'll say my opinion, and I'll share an example as well for another student from Pakistan. So one thing students think it's not very helpful, but this is not true. The Employability and Careers Center, they do offer a range of supporting courses to show students how to be able to find not just a job, the best job. So students somehow skip that. I would strongly recommend for students to do this, especially it's future, and they can do it as many times as they want. Um, One thing I wanted to mention as well is in the UK, and this is a bit about UK in general, not just University of Lincoln, the number of graduate jobs are more than the number of graduates. Mhm. And hence we have the graduate visa. So this is because the economy needs more graduates. So another point I would add on that is for students to try to raise expectations. They can achieve things. To not rush into finding the very first opportunity. Of course, it's okay. Of course, it's normal, but raising expectations is always good while maintaining reasonable hopes. So that's a very good example is making sure you use careers and employability, and this includes job fairs, conferences. You learn new things. Forget about just having employability. You learn new things. You'll understand how the market goes. We do have an example, one of our Pakistani students. She was international student ambassador. While she was studying, she joined a research group with Lincoln International Business School. She was studying digital marketing. She has recently finished her degree and she has passed her interview to work with us at the University of Lincoln in the international office. So this is another good example. She's done her steps and in the end, she gets good rewards. And I hope this for all students from Pakistan and all over the world.
Wow, that's a very satisfying statement from you, and I really feel, proud for the students from are thinking for genuine studies in the UK. And it is a normal thing that students from Pakistan usually, make plans of doing jobs. I mean, whenever you will be in the UK, I just need to go to job, start and all that. I think just securing future is based on how you would act for your studies. Completion of degree is very important, as you have mentioned, and students really need to think about the studies first, university first, and then they could find another opportunity for securing a good future. So, in the end, I'll be asking about the ultimate education solutions as well, because so ultimate education solutions is working with University of Lincoln with you guys from last 5 years. So, how do you find this specific organization, and are you satisfied with the services they are providing to you?
I'll give a short answer and an explanation.
Yeah.
The short answer is yes, very happy with Ultimate Education Solutions. Why? When we sign agreements with partners in Pakistan or abroad, we have to go through a precise due diligence process to make sure our partners are good, which is the case for you, of course. But that's not the only thing. In addition to that, what I really like about working with Ultimate Solutions is precision. You always know what you're doing. You
Yeah.
always know you have the knowledge. You always know the information. I've never asked a question and never didn't get an answer. Clarity, business. So the way you give me information and the way you deal with me reflects also the way you deal with the student. Clarity, precise information, accuracy, and full support. So for that, I would say I really like working with Ultimate Education Solutions, and I hope we'll have a longer partnership.
That's great. We just got the answer about organization. So, a big portion I will be asking to you that how do you find, because that you had the interaction, so that's why you met many times with the person. I'm going to ask you that how do you find the CEO of Ultimate Education Solutions, the Mr. Omar Shadad? How do you find that person?
Okay. Well, Umar is hardworking man, very experienced. Again, the precision of the organization probably comes from his own precision. So he's active. He knows what he's doing, and I'm sure he passes this down to different layers of the organization, the staff, and then the counselors and the admissions. And he's a good friend. So I will always say good words about him.
That's very nice, And some people of even they don't know that person directly, but they agree with the statement that you just gave about him. And last but the last least, what piece of advice or what type of tips or tricks that you want to give to the students that whom are planning to study in the UK?
Okay. Uh, it is kind of related to what you mentioned about putting education first and working second. I want students to understand. I myself was an international student. I know the experience. I would like for students to know they are doing an investment, and this investment is in themselves. So they need to make sure they take advantage of this investment to have education, not just education, to be competitive, to get better grades, to be competitive, to engage with the wider community in the university, not just the classroom, the lecturers, other classrooms, other departments, other people, to use the year or the few years for study to build their personality, not just to try to earn extra money on the side. Well, of course, it's valid and it's legal for students to work and earn some extra money and get some experience, but this should 100% come after building themselves. They invest in yourself, use the time, use the university, use all the facilities, um, plan your future very well. So know your career goals, try to take it from that backwards, from forward to backwards. So I want to be this in few years. So what do I need to do now? Because you will not, it is less likely that you will have an opportunity like this again. And you will not have time for a second bachelor's. You'll probably not have time for a second master's. So take advantage of your investment.
Yeah, and I think I got the points that I had in my mind. In the end, I would say that you you took your precious time for Ultimate Education Solutions, and very thankful to you. Even you're taking your time from very busy routine because I've seen a lot of fans and the students and the professors and the teachers and all were really willing to have a meeting with you, but you've given time to us. And thank you very much from Ultimate Education Solutions and from his team. And we really hope best for University of Lincoln, for you as well, working for the students, providing them a good career, perspective and the goals and the options and how you guys are working and are working like for the admission process and all that. We really hope to see each other in the future for the best goals and purposes. Thank you very much, Mr. Ramy.
Thank you too. It was really a pleasure. Very interesting questions. I hope it will be beneficial for our students. And I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much.